So, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Our generation was not fortunate enough to meet Mahatma Ji, but we are lucky enough to meet his great grandson. And we feel it's as a very august moment.
It's a privilege for me also because I am also from the generation which did not actually see him. But I inherited the legacy. But,
Okay,
thank
sir. The most wonderful quote of his life, which I think is that the plain living and high thinking,
you. Yes.
what he propagated. Life should be very plain, and people also should think for the future of this great nation. So, what is your opinion with regard to his?
No, it is. It is a very basic ideology by which, especially when you want to work in the public sector in society, then that is the only way you can actually honestly work.
Yeah, but
Otherwise, unless your wants are reduced, somewhere or the other, it will all be serving your wants more than the needs of the society.
Yeah. See, actually, after the COVID period also, people's greed is going unlimited manner. Actually, the wealth of the person did not save them from the attack of the small micro from China.
Yeah.
So, accumulating wealth without having a good heart, is it good for the future of India?
It's the concentration of wealth is not good for any country. The concentration of wealth in a small group has never proven to be beneficial for the nation, because finally nation is the united humanity that lives on a piece of land. If the humanity has unequal opportunities, unequal facilities, unequal wealth, somewhere or the other conflict will happen.
Okay.
And so it's never good to have wealth concentrated in a few people's hands. At the same time, you can't say that you take all the wealth and distribute it to everybody, because that way you make everybody beggars. But we must create a situation where everybody is able to earn the basic requirements of survival and a bit more, so that they can be comfortable.
It's a great statement with regard to God has provided everything as per their need and not as per the greed. What do you comment on this particular thing?
Yeah, it is, and that is where it is all the environment damage, the climate change, the plundering of nature is born out of our individual greed. It is not even collective greed, it is individual greed. People who have the ability, want to capture everything for themselves. And that is where the conflict starts. Conflict amongst human beings and conflict with our environment and nature.
During your talk, you were just mentioning that after returning from South Africa, he traveled all over the country to learn what is the real Indian life. And his famous saying that the real India does not lie in its few towns and cities, but in hundreds of thousands of villages. Are our villages so developed now?
Unfortunately, no, and that is where the disparities amongst our citizens has reached to this level that those in the urban areas, in the metropolis, have everything at the cost of the people who live in the small villages. I have water in my taps 24/7. I have electricity in my house 24/7. I don't even think about people who are just about 100 kilometers away from me, who don't get water in their house. They have to go somewhere else to bring water. They get water once in 10 days. The electricity is never available when it is required. If it comes, it comes. Otherwise, it is only the fittings will tell you that you have electricity in your village or in your home. So that discrepancy, that disparity, that gap between what we provide, the basic necessities that we are able to provide is because we have not looked at the village compassionately.
You mean that even the 5-year plan did not work properly? 5-year plans
Plans are always good.
Okay.
It's the implementation that makes
doesn't
them
go to the grassroots
successful
level.
or failures. Yeah.
Okay. Then there is a very good saying, I fought for freedom. Will you fight for a corruption-free India? And he also told that corruption is an offense against the nation. Right from Jammu to Kashmir and from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, almost in all offices there is corruption. Nobody is there to take up his message of eradicating corruption. We have a Prevention of Corruption Act, but it is not eradicated. Every day certain people have to pay money even in a small village, and exploitation is across the country. And what is your opinion with regard to corruption?
Corruption begins with the individual. I don't believe that corruption happens in the government only or because of the government. I believe corruption happens because the individual is greedy and selfish, and they make it a habit to get their work done. And mostly the beginning of corruption is when you want to get unauthorized or illegal work done, that you start paying money for the services, and then it becomes a habit, and everybody suffers because of that. So the fight against corruption is an internal fight. One has to transform oneself,
Purify one's own heart.
purify one's own heart. If we do that, all the movements against corruption have failed because they have only told the people to point fingers at others and don't look in the mirror at what you are, how we are contributing to that corruption. As long as we do that, that fight will never be sincere and honest.
And to the coming generation, it's told, live as if you were to die tomorrow and learn as if you are to live forever. And what is your opinion?
No, that's undeniable that if we do that, then we will be able to live a satisfied and happy life. Otherwise, we'll always be chasing dreams, we will always be running after acquisitions, we'll always be prioritizing material benefits. So, these are age-old wisdoms. They don't change with time. They become more relevant with the advance of time.
Okay, finally, one more question, sir. You were telling about the Poland freedom movement and all. See, in Gujarat, in your home state, Patel statue about 181 meters with 2,899 or something crores built up. I personally feel that certain people need statues, but Gandhiji lives in the heart of the people globally. So I don't think that there's no need for such a statue built in anywhere in the country.
We must understand that statue does not honor Sardar Patel. That statue is the vanity of the Prime Minister. The statue is more remembered for Narendra Modi.
More bank of Patels?
No, it is more the ego of Narendra Modi that is depicted over there. Sardar Patel is just
belittle Gandhiji?
No. Nothing can belittle. Nothing can.
An attempt to belittle Gandhi by keeping Patel statue so much.
I don't think.
Ignoring,
it doesn't.
Ignoring the father of the nation and creating a statue, the tallest statue in the country, in Patel's name, and neglecting Gandhi hurts the youth of the country.
I don't think so, and I don't agree with it, because that statue does not belittle Bapu, and it does not make Sardar Patel grand either. What makes them immortal is what they did in their lifetime. Nothing can take that away from Bapu, and nothing can add to the illustrious remembrance of Sardar Patel. I don't need to go to the Statue of Unity to understand how great Sardar Patel was, because I know his greatness, I know his contribution. It is only for the people who like this kind of tamasha that go over there and then say, oh, that is why Sardar Patel is so great, that his statue is so tall. The statue is a dwarf in front of the achievements of Sardar Patel.
I already mentioned that Gandhiji lives in the heart of the people globally.
Yeah.
So there is no need of any statue. That is my.
I for one have never believed in statues. I believe that as long as a person's memory lives on in the minds and hearts of people, that person will be immortal.
This question was asked because people in the villages
I know,
discuss this type of things.
I know.
Because this
It
amount
is
of, about 3,000 crores would have used for eradication of poverty. In
What they need to ask is, would Sardar Patel would have ever accepted or allowed that kind of expenditure for his statue?
Already the National Police Academy is named after his name, and there is Sardar Patel talks going on every year so that he is well remembered.
The statue is not honoring Sardar Patel. The statue is the representation of Narendra Modi's ego.
Okay. So Patel was so patriotic.
Yes.
He never wanted to have this type of tamashas.
So,
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
you're most welcome.
Thank you.